That D710 dive light, made in China. Once again, not a problem for me. Let's open this up. Let me take this box out of the way. And open it up. Cool. Okay. So, same stuff with the manuals on this side. This is a warranty card. Okay. I didn't see a warranty card on the other one, but yet again, I didn't stop to look at all the paperwork. Okay, so a lanyard with, I guess, instructions in English and I assume that's Mandarin, Chinese, Cantonese, I don't know. Okay, so that's all there. And here's the light. Okay, so in terms of size, so the first thing I noticed, obviously, is the button. This one has a button. There's no more twisting or whatever like the other ones. It makes it more complicated, but at the same time, it's not susceptible to that issue of going deep and then having the light activate because of the pressure, right? The change on the pressure inside of the chamber of the battery chamber. So this one, you hit a button and then it goes on. Obviously, this one's not going on because it probably has that sticker protecting the battery for shipping. So we'll do that. The button doesn't seem like you would bump it easily. Like if there is some heft to it, I would say. I don't know. And also, if you notice, right in the middle, there's like a light bulb. All right. So I assume that is a light bulb right there in the middle, because one of the things I noticed about this light is that it's supposed to have a battery indicator to tell you, if it's fully charged, if you're in the middle or running low. Same thing, this orange right here, which I'm digging a lot. Anything that's orange, by the way, if you want to sell me something, make it orange. That's kind of like my favorite color. My rebreather is orange. All my hoses are orange. Everything I can find, my fins are orange. So yes, this is, do more of that. Really, really like them. In comparison of size, and you can tell that the D710 is just a lot bigger. I would say about an inch bigger, or 2.5, 3 centimeters longer, let's just say. Let's go ahead and open it up. This one has a rechargeable battery. Doesn't use AAA batteries. Okay. There it is. So as I imagined, it was protected. So let's take the protection off of it. And let's look at... Whoa! Look at this battery. It's huge. But you know why it's huge? Because check that out. It's USB Type-C rechargeable. You can just recharge it straight into the battery, which is pretty awesome. Now I wish you could just charge it like on the tail cap. I don't know if you can even remove this. Again, I haven't done a whole lot of research. Nope, I guess that's not removable, and it's not, because you can see the coil in there. I don't think you can see it, it's too dark. But there's the coil all the way to the bottom. So I guess you have to open it to charge it, which is kind of inconvenient. I mean, I don't know if that's something I would have done. I kind of like the idea of taking the tail cap off and plugging the cable in the back. That kind of makes sense to me, or on the side or whatever. The back makes sense because it will be a cap that you can pressurize, and that way the electronics don't get messed up. But yeah, an OrcaTorch, I don't like that. As an engineer, I feel like that was a cop out. Like, let's just charge the back. But it's cool. I mean, it's cool technology. I don't own a single battery that is rechargeable like that, other than the massive batteries that go into like the heater for the rebreather, or canister lights. Like some of those lights, you have to plug it into the battery, but they're massive. But I've never had one that was like this, kind of a small package that is rechargeable. Now, if we compare it with the 18650, which a lot of people have, you can see it's bigger, right? Obviously, but you need a charger for this one. You don't need a charger for this one. You can just use your phone charger, assuming that you're not on an iPhone. You can use that USB-C. So let's put it in and see how it looks. Once again, triple O-rings. Love that. Keep doing that. OrcaTorch, don't change. So that's not one thing I want to change at all. I think that's cool. Okay, so that is tight all the way, and you can see the lights not coming on. Let's turn on the light and see. Whoa, okay. So it's solid. By the way, I don't know if you can see, it looks like super, super small or narrow. Both of these lights are 6% beam, which is great for cave diving, for example, or for night diving, even for communication purposes. You know, when you give an okay sign, are you okay, or come here, or whatever, or look at that fish, you know, it's good to have a hot center like this, right? You want to have a dot. Now, if you're shooting video or pictures or whatever it is, you want it to be a spread. You don't want the center to be like that. This is a bad light for photography or for videos. So don't buy this if that's what you want it for. This is great for exploring. Like, I'm going around. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Whatever. This is great for that. Obviously, doing signals, that's great. But, you know, you can do it with a light and people can see it. So that's important. And obviously, if you're going to be using this on a cave, you know, it's very, very important that you have a narrow beam or a narrow focus, essentially, so you can signal, because everything we do in caves, we kind of signal with lights. It is getting pretty warm right now, and obviously this is meant to be used underwater so they don't overheat. But man, like, my hand is getting cooked right now just by pointing the light. So it's very, very intense. It definitely has a lot of power. And again, it's 3000 lumen. Now this one has multiple settings or whatever, multiple intensities. So if I click it, you can see that it's going through a cycle. So that's number 1, number 2, 3, and then off. Now, depending on how you run it, depending on the cycles that you're running, and I pulled the information here so I can tell you. If you run it in high, by the way, is 1700 lumens in high, and it goes for an hour and 40 minutes. An hour and 40 minutes in high. If you run it in middle, which is that second level after I clicked it again, it goes for 3 hours and 40 minutes, and that is 800 lumen, which is pretty good. It's not as bright as this guy, the little brother, but it will run for 3 hours and 40 minutes, whereas this guy right here will run for 3.5 hours. All right. And then if you run it on low, which is 400 lumen, which is still pretty good, 400 lumens will run for 7 hours and 40 minutes on a full charge, which is great.